My name's Jackie Cooper. Welcome to this edition of How to Write for Maximum Return. Today we're going to be discussing Robert Collier's Book of Letters. We'll also be talking about how to convert file formats over the internet for free. And we'll also be discussing the subject of hype. What is it and when do you have too much? Let's get started. Robert Collier Book of Letters is a legend. Almost every successful direct response marketer and copywriter has a copy of this book in their reference library. Why do I recommend that you should have this book as well? This book was originally published in 1931 by McGraw-Hill. But even though it was published so long ago, it is not outmoded, it is not out of date. The principles are still just as applicable today as they were when Robert Collier first wrote them. He knew how to get into his prospect's mind. He knew how to phrase things. He knew how to speak to their deepest emotions in order to get them to take action on what he was offering. He was so successful, and without hype, I might add. He made millions and millions of dollars for himself. He made millions and millions of dollars for his clients as well. If you'd like to get hold of a copy of this very, very well-known and very sought-after book, please email me at jackie@jackiecooperwriter.com and I'll send you the details. If you've ever received a file from a client and you can't open it because you don't have the software necessary to open it, you're going to love this site. It's www.youconvertit.com. It's a really nifty site where you can change the file format of most of the popular kinds of documents, including audio, video, document, images, and archives. Go onto the site and play around. It's a great way of avoiding having to buy expensive software just to open those files that you receive every now and again. Also on that site you're going to find nifty things similar to yousendit.com where you can send files over the internet, as well as a really handy YouConvertit converter for all different types of measurements. Check it out, it's www.youconvertit.com. Today's question is from Alan from Texas. Alan asks, what is too much hype? Well, Alan, thanks very much for your question, and we're going to discuss that today, and hopefully we'll walk away with some understanding of what hype really is and when you have too much of it. First of all, what is hype? Hype is pretty much blowing a claim out of proportion, making wildly exaggerated statements about it, and making it seem a whole lot better or a whole lot more important or a whole lot more dangerous than it actually is. When you're wanting to sell something or you're wanting somebody to take some action towards purchasing something that you're selling, the last thing that you want to do is make unsubstantiated claims. Now, if you have some dramatic results from your product or your service, by telling people about what those results are, that is not hype. In fact, if you have dramatic results, those sort of results should be trumpeted in the headline. And if you're interested to see examples, please go to my blog, which is www.jackiecooperwriter.com, and you will see some examples in the posts. Getting back to the subject of what is hype. As I've said, hype is unsubstantiated claims, things that are blown way out of proportion, exaggeration basically. Now, sometimes you can have a claim which is absolutely true, but it's not necessarily a good idea to speak about the actual results that you're getting because it may seem as if it is exaggerated. In those cases, sometimes it's better to downplay the result a little bit just so that it seems a little bit more believable. Once again, this is a subject which is discussed on my blog. In order to make sure that you are making the maximum use of the advantages that you have in terms of the product or service that you are talking about, it's necessary to really look at what the expectations are of the market, what is the common denominator for that type of service or product, and position yourself differently to whatever else is being positioned in the market. Make specific claims about what your product or service does, but don't exaggerate them. That way you can write a powerful letter, powerful headline, and yet not have hype. I hope that's helped you, Alan. Once again, if you want some more details, go check out my blog, www.jackiecooperwriter.com. Now for today's word of wisdom. Setting goals is not easy, but here's some advice that can help you. Choose what you want, one single thing that you want in life. Write it down on an index card, put it in your wallet, take it out frequently and read it aloud to yourself. And while you're doing that, imagine what it will feel like once you've actually achieved that goal. Keep doing this and you'll be surprised at how quickly you are propelled forward towards that goal. Thanks for joining me in today's edition of How to Write for Maximum Return. Look forward to seeing you next time.